Can't do anything without the mic, right? Yeah. I knew it was something I was forgetting. As soon as I started, I was like, I'm forgetting something. Oh, yeah. I do this every time. I know. I'm sorry. Anywho, so while I'm getting this together, let me go ahead and do my intro real quick. I am the Gemini goddess. My friends call me Gigi, so please, by all means, you can call me Gigi too, because we're friends. This is your daily message for all signs. I know I'm running hella late because normally I'm like done with this. Hopefully you guys can hear me pretty good. We got a few minutes anyway. So while we are waiting for a few people to come up, I hope everybody had a fabulous weekend. If you didn't, then I'm so sorry. It'll get better, I promise. All moments are temporary, so don't worry about it. If something didn't go your way this weekend, next weekend, set a better intention, set a stronger intention, get more focused about it, and it'll pop off. Don't you worry. So for those of you who are joining me for the first time, I do want to let you know that we are doing a brief overview, daily messages. This is not an in-depth read. This is for entertainment purposes only. And it is a general message, so it may not resonate with everyone, but hopefully it will resonate with most of you. I will be adding the timestamps once I finish. I always start with air signs, specifically the Geminis, because, hey, I can do that. It's my channel. And so, yeah, that's that. All right. And if you like it, hit the thumbs up. If you like it more than that, subscribe so that way you can be notified. Hopefully YouTube is getting their ish together and you can be notified when I go live and when I post readings in the future. All right, so how we do this is we open up with a yes or no question from the moderated deck. This is the Beautiful Creatures deck. It has been moderated, modified. It is only the major arcanas because the major arcanas are the ones that I use during my yes or no maybe readings. And then we will move over to the tarot where we will get a little bit more understanding of what's going on. And I apologize. Let me see if I can drop this down a little bit so you're not just staring at my face. You can actually maybe see the cards a little bit. Let's see here. I'm working off my iPad today, so we can actually move all of this stuff to the side. Put that up just like that. Give me just a second. All right, sorry about that. It's spring break where I'm at, so my young son is like trying to get out the house and go on somewhere, which I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with that. He can get ghosts. Anywho, so let's go ahead and get started because I'm excited. I'm ready to get started. I don't know about you guys. And of course, we are going to start with the gems. So I just need you all to focus. Take a couple of good deep breaths for me and clear your mind. And let's focus on the question. Now, as I said before, you do have yes, no's, or maybes in the deck. The more concise you focus on your question, the easier and quicker it is for us to actually get a response from the deck. All right. So give me just a second. I'm trying to, I got a lot going on right here. All right, so hopefully that'll work. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this started. And Gemini's, your timestamp is gonna be 5:30. All right, so let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, Gemini's, can I please have a yes or no? I don't ask for maybes, I like specifics. I like clear answers. So can I please have a yes or no card for Geminis, please? All right. Oh, and I don't read reversals. I do take note of them, but I don't read my yes or no deck in reverse. I just don't. All right, so Geminis, you have the Justice card coming up. This is a yes. All things in balance, all things in moderation. Let me not be presumptuous because they tend to go to the left when I do that. But a little bit about this card. So this is the Justice card in the traditional tarot deck. This is also known as the Justice card. In this deck, it has a secondary description called equality. So it could be speaking about you having a desire to be on, I'm hearing level playing field. You may have some stuff going on that you might feel like you're not getting your fair share of what's happened or what's available. While I'm actually doing that, I'm going to start shuffling the basic tarot deck, which my primary tarot deck when I start this is the Modern Witch tarot deck. I'm sure you see this a lot. So let's see, I need 3 cards to clarify this Justice card, please. 3 cards. I just keep hearing level the playing field. And not in a format like you're trying to get people to, like you're trying to get on a level playing field. This almost feels like an energy of you need to level the playing field for yourself. So some of you may be in business, some of you may be starting off on new endeavors. But whatever this is, there's an empowerment inside of you that you may not understand or you may not be aware of. And it is because you're not honing in on this, some type of capability, some type of something that is inside of you, you are not honing in on. And that is what is creating this sense of, I heard FOMO, but I almost get the impression like it's a bit of imposter syndrome. Like maybe you're in a space that you don't quite feel like you belong. Isn't that interesting? So Justice comes out to clarify justice. Page of Pentacles. You could be dealing with or there could be another air sign or earth sign involved in this, possibly a younger earth sign, or just someone who is a little bit younger than you and maybe a little bit more, or you may expect for them to be a little bit more grounded. But the Page of Pentacles is in the reverse, and so is the Justice. It's in the reverse as well. To clarify your main cards. So yeah, so let me see if I can explain this, where I'm at so far, or what I'm getting so far. It is inside of you. Whatever this imbalance that you are identifying on the outside, it's actually coming from inside of you. Now, all of your cards, your main cards, are in the reverse. Justice is in the reverse. Page of Pentacles is in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse. Oh. Hold on, give me just 1 second. Okay. All right, sorry about that. My job is never done. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. So there is an internal imbalance, and it's got you feeling like this is kind of like the energy of you are projecting something outward, but you are misinterpreting where it's coming from. You're thinking that it's coming from outward and it's hitting you, but in fact, it's coming from within you and it is rippling an imbalance outward. So in that energy, I would say be very careful, because I don't want you out here setting vendettas, because I'm a Gemini. I know how we can be. And, you know, I don't want you guys out here trying to right a wrong in the wrong direction, if you know what I mean. Okay. Now, to clarify your main tarot, you have the Two of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Page of Wands. So this is telling me that you have a desire to go somewhere. You may be traveling here in the near future, or you may be deciding to travel in the near future. There may be an opportunity, for you to travel in the near future. But I don't think that you don't think that you're ready for this. This is a very conflicting energy for you Geminis. You are at a space, it looks like, where you are about to embark on a new journey, or you're in the process of transitioning, and it might scare you a little bit, and that's okay. You know, change is good, but it's also hard and it's also intimidating, especially if it's not a change that you planned. However, here's the thing about it. It looks like you're going to need to really stay on your P's and Q's with this, because it's a lot going on. And it seems like certain things that you may have expected to happen later on are going to happen a lot faster than you expected. And maybe this is part of why you're in this energy of not really being sure what where you're headed, and not really being sure about how even the playing field is. I will say this: you are way more prepared than you think you are. You are way more. It's kind of like, so imagine this right here. Imagine you're planning a birthday party, right? And just use this as an example. You're planning a birthday party, and you've got your checklist, and you've got your guest list, and you've got, you know, all the things that need to be done, and you've organized it, which is really, really impressive for a Gemini, because we can barely organize organization. But you've got all these things, right? And as you go to check them off, you're becoming more anxious about what still has to be done, because you're not realizing that you have accomplished a lot. You have leveled out a lot of stuff. So what it may be is that you may be looking at where you were and still trying to compare where you were with where you're going, and not realizing that you're moving further away from where you were than you really realize it. I know it sounds crazy. I know I'm trying to really give you a good feel. You are in the midst of a new beginning, because you have the Ace of Cups right here. And so whatever you are embarking on, whatever your new beginning is, it is something that you really, really want. It's something that you have put your heart, your passion, your beliefs, your faith in, and you want to see this happen, and the universe is making it happen for you. That's why you have justice. That's why you have equality, because the universe is leveling out with you. And that's part of what you're not seeing, because you don't realize that. I don't think that you are quite at the place yet where you are accepting that the universe is with you on this. You're so used to beating your head against the wall. You're so used to, being in the space of defense, of offense, of, always being on guard with stuff, and things just always pushing back. You're so used to just having to work extra hard that you don't even realize that in this new beginning, the universe is working in your favor. And that's the difference from where you've been to where you are going. Where you were, what you were doing may not have been in line with what the universe had in store for you. And so now that you are finally aligned with the universe, you need to get out of your mind space of, I gotta move slow. I gotta think everything through. I gotta cross every T. I gotta make sure. Because the universe is like, no, boo, I got you. Literally every card that you have that says slow down is in reverse. And that means it's time to speed up. It's time to pick it up. And it's time for you to accept that things are picking up. Things are going to move really fast for you. And you are going to be traveling. You are going to be moving forward in your path. You are going to always have a choice of where you want to go and where you want to be. Your Page of Wands is in reverse, along with the Knight of Pentacles. So you may have been expecting an offer. You may have been expecting for someone to show up for you, and they didn't. And maybe that's the reason why you're feeling like, maybe, I need to balance something out. But don't worry about that either, because this Ace of Cups is just screaming at me. And it's telling me, with this Justice in the upright, it's telling me that all those things that you thought that you were supposed to have, all of those people that you thought were supposed to support you, all of those resources and avenues that you thought were going to be available to you, that you now see that's not the case. Don't worry about it, because there is something better. There's something greater. There's something more in line with what you have on your path. And now that you are finally on the right path, which you are, the universe is going to start really picking up the pace on you. So your biggest thing is just to be prepared for that. You did get two Rebel Oracle cards, and I'm going to read them both because I do feel like they both resonate with this situation or with the rest of your cards. Your first one was, be fucking grateful. Shit could be so much worse. So whatever it is that's making you feel like you're not where you need to be, or you don't have what you need, or you don't have what you want, be grateful for what you do have. You are at a great point. You're at a great starting point. I'm hearing you're much more prepared than a lot of people that are trying to do what you're doing. There are other people that are trying to do whatever it is that you're doing, but you're already further ahead of the game for whatever you've been doing to set yourself up, for whatever you've been doing to make these preparations. You're already ahead of the game. So just don't worry about them. And your second card confirms that. Stop texting, stop stalking, stop checking on that person. Just fucking stop. Spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. Yeah, so stop looking at what you lost. Stop looking at what happened last year. Stop looking at, whoever's not around you. Stop worrying about what they got going on, because it does not matter. Wherever they are, even if it looks like they are ahead of you, they're not. Even if they're at their disposal than you, they don't. You are ahead of the curve. pursuing, and keep doing your gratification affirmations, because it's going to get you even further ahead. The more gratitude you give the universe for what it's giving you, the more it will give you in return. So that in mind. All right, so moving on to Libra. Hello, my Libras. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you like the way that I read, please make sure you subscribe to my channel so that way you can be notified every time I go live or I post a video, because I don't want you guys to be behind the ball. I want you to always be ready and up and, you know. All right, so Libra, I just need you to focus, please, on the question. We're going to get a yes or no for you. Yes or no for Libras, please. Yes or no for the yes or no for the Libras, please. Yes or no for Libras. All right, Libra. Ooh, the Fool. I like this. This is good already. Exploration. This is your card, Libra, the Fool. It is the first of the major arcanas. It is the Fool's journey, after all, when we go through the major arcanas. So this is the main character. This is you right now. This is you at the beginning of a fantastic journey. You are exploring new things. You are experiencing new things. And yes, the universe is all for it. However, I will add a word of caution. Just be careful where you step. In the traditional tarot, there is a young man, a cliff, and a dog trying to keep him from going off the cliff. In this particular deck, the Fool is represented by this beautiful character who has a lot of flowers and representation of springtime around her, which is also a season of renewal. Spring is a season of harvest. For those of you who have seen some of my other videos, I do talk about harvest seasons and planting seasons and cultivating seasons. And all of the seasons that we experience on this plane, they do fall representative to these seasons within our astral world. And it is represented, the spring is a representation of a harvest season. It's a representation of new beginnings, of things that have been dormant now coming back to life. So a lot of you may have been feeling like stagnant or kind of stuck in your head or stuck in your emotions. But now that the weather, and we are in the spring season, now that the weather is starting to break, you're starting to feel like things have renewed themselves. You might begin to see yourself as being willing to take new risks, take new adventures, meet new people, go new places, just do stuff that you've never done before. And the universe is saying, yes, my child, go out there, see the world, see what it has to offer, gain a new perspective, I'm hearing. So that's really good. That's really good, Libra. And I'm all for that too. All right. So let's see what we can get for you as far as tarot, shall we? Please give me 3 cards for Libra. Give me 3 cards for Libra, please. All right. Please give me 3 cards for Libra, please. 3 cards for Libra, please. Okay. All right, so Libra, you may have, all right, so we have the Queen of Cups, we have the 7 of Wands, and we have the 9 of Cups, clarifying your yes or no, which, remember, this is a yes. The Queen of Cups is in the reverse. You could be, how can I put this? All right, so as air signs, you don't tend to stay in the space of emotions anyway. And I think you may have been a little bit uncomfortable being in your feelings about something. Oh, 7 of Wands twice. All right, you are very defensive. You are defending something. I think you're, what I'm looking at, it looks like you may be in defense of your decision. There may have been a point in time where you were in your feelings about something, you were trying to maybe nurture it, trying to get emotionally invested in something. Let's put it like that. You were trying to present yourself in this way, but for some reason, I'm not even going to say some reason. Like I said, Libras, like a lot of air signs, we have feelings, we just don't stay in that space. We don't live in the emotional space. We live in the mental space. And so your feelings, while they were there, you weren't overly, you were not the proponent of always exposing your feelings, always talking about them, always showing them. You were more kind of in the space of, you know how I feel. I told you last week that I loved you. That has not changed. I'm still here. So what are you tripping for? But here's the thing. When you came up out of your feelings, you actually came to a point where you felt more in tune with them. It's almost like you, as an air sign, you can't get too close to your feelings. And I can definitely relate to that. You can't get too close to your feelings. You can't get too wrapped up in all your feelings in order to really identify where they're coming from. You almost have to have a distant perspective of what you're feeling in a situation in order to clearly identify and then articulate that. And so whatever the situation that you were in that was creating this almost like a requirement of you being in your feelings. It was like whatever this situation was, it wanted you to be in your feelings. So once you came out of that situation, you were better able to kind of clear your head and see your feelings from the mental space. And that actually brought you back into balance with yourself, Libra. It brought you back to this place where you felt like all of your parts were working in sync. Your mind, your body, and your spirit. All of them were now finally working in sync because you weren't they weren't so all up here in your face. They were kind of here and you can see them now. And now, we can come together and we can balance it out. You made a decision, and this was something that you did for yourself. But whatever this decision was, it could have been, you decided you wanted to be alone. You decided that, you were better off taking this journey of introspection by yourself. You needed to heal yourself. But you have constantly been in this space ever since you made this decision of defending your position and defending what it is that you want and defending what it is that, brings you to this balance. But now that you're happy, you're happy, you're content, you are abundant, you're okay, and you're still willing to fight for that peace. You are still going to fight for that peace. So it's like you fought to get that peace, you fought to find your space, to get back on your own journey and get away from whatever was triggering you off. And now that you have found that peace, now that you are on that journey of solitude and introspection, you're going to fight to keep it that way. And the universe is saying that's a good thing. The universe is saying that's what they want you to do. They want you to go off and they want you to explore on your own, and they want you to and be happy in that. And so if you're on that path, Libra, defending it, there's nothing wrong with defending it. Absolutely. And just as a side message, I will tell you, Um, also, consider that if you are how can I put this? Right now, you are all you need, because you bring another person in, and I don't know why I said it like that, because I don't really get a lot of this having to do with like relationship. But if you bring more into your space than what is needed right now, it's going to throw you back off balance. So just, it's going to be like a third party energy just mucking up stuff, you know? So be careful with that, Libra, because you are finally coming to a space of, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. Yeah. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. You need some fucking time alone, and you know why. You're still on that journey of introspection. There may be some people or some situations that come up that try to pull you out of this space. That is that imbalance that I was talking about earlier. Don't let them do it. Don't talk to anyone. Don't talk to them about your plans. Don't talk to them about your goal. Don't talk to them about why. You don't even have to explain to them why you're moving the way that you're moving. Just move in accordance to what's right for you. And defend your space. Defend your peace. Defend your happiness, because it's worth fighting for. And that is the God's honest truth. Roof. All right, so we're moving on to Aquarius. In Aquarius, we're going to have you locked in at 3230. I'm going to do 3245. All right. Simple yes or no, please, for Aquarius. Yes or no for Aquarius, please. Yes or no for Aquarius, please. Yes or no for Aquarius. Oh, okay. Aquarius, you have the decadence. The death. So here's the thing. Abruption is about changing the direction that you are headed in. It's about disrupting the status quo. Now, this card, when it came out in the reverse. And in the upright, this card is representative of a no. As in, no. Whatever you ask for, that's a no. When it came out in the reverse, though, you have to consider that it's not a firm no. It's a no because of whatever the status quo is right now. Right now, the way things are going, it's not going to get you where you want to go, or it's not going to give you what you want. So that's why it's a no. However, if you are willing to change the status quo, if you're willing to disrupt the normal flow of things, which could be taking yourself out of a situation, removing yourself from the equation, it could be anything, then you will find yourself in a better position to get what you want. All right. So can I have 3 cards, please, for Aquarius? 3 cards for Aquarius, please. 3 cards for Aquarius. Ooh, taking control of some things. Okay, telling it like it is. All right, Aquarius. Okay. So you have Aquarius, you have the Emperor in the upright, the Moon in reverse, and the Page of Cups in the upright. And the first thing I'm hearing is, I'm sorry, but I got to do what's best for me. You want to take control of something. You want to be in control of something. You feel like it's time for you to level up. And you're coming to a point where you're no longer allowing your feelings, your hidden emotions, your fears. You're no longer allowing those things to keep you bound. Yeah. You've been stuck. You've been wanting to walk away from something, and maybe the part that's been holding you. You've been wanting to walk away from something. You've been wanting to take control of your life back, maybe move on, cause some conflict. And so you've been keeping this desire to, and it's like you're ready to take control of the regrets. It's past heartaches. They're manipulating the situation to keep you there, and you are at a point now where you're just kind of like, you know what, something else out there that I want, and I'm willing to accept. I'm willing to accept all the guilt. I'm willing to accept all the blame. I'm willing to accept whatever it is that you're going to throw at me that normally would keep me bound to this. I'm willing to accept it if it means that I can go and take control of my life once it's done. You know, I will talk about it. We can hash it out. You can cry about it. I'll even apologize. But after it's done, I gotta go. I got to go. I gotta go pursue what's good for me, what's aligned with me. And that's, I mean, Aquarius, you gotta do what's right for you. You know that. You've got the Six of Cups clarifying the Page of Cups. So this could be somebody quite a bit of, why, where you're just like, I want to take my power back. What I tell you, you're giving your power away. You're a badass. Act like it. You're ready to. So do it. Do it. And anybody who stands in your way, I'm not saying knock them down or mull them over, but just remember that this is your journey. This is your path. And no one, and I mean absolutely no one, can walk this journey the way that you can. No one can see through your eyes. No one can see through your heart. All the rest of us can do is just roll off of whatever you describe. You know, if you tell the world, I want to be X, Y, and Z, it might seem audacious, it may seem ambitious, it may seem impossible. But if it's what you see for yourself, Aquarius, then that's what it is. That's what it is. And if you allow other people to disrupt that, or if you allow other people to guilt you into not following those paths and those visions that you have for yourself, you are going to be so miserable that, yeah, you're just going to become a better version of yourself, which is not the best version of yourself. It's not the So go out there and be the highest version of yourself. Go out there and be the best version of who you are, because then and only then will you actually be happy with yourself, you know? All right, so moving on to earth signs, we have up next Virgo. Please give me a yes or no for Virgo, please. Give me a yes or no for Virgo, please. I like that. All right, Virgo. You got the Fool. All right. And what I'm getting for you, Virgo, is that you want to take a risk on something, or maybe someone. I have a very intense feeling of I'm hearing Jaheim's gotta find my way back. Gotta find my way back. Way back to you, baby. Ooh. Gotta find my way back. Way back. So you may be at a great distance from someone. Somebody you may not be talking to right now, or someone you may not be in reach of right now, but the universe is saying yes, because the Fool card is a yes card. But the universe is saying yes. Now, I will say this, however. The Fool came out twice. Once in the upright, in your main yes or no, right there. And then in the traditional, in our, it actually came out in the reverse. So, and it's right underneath this one. All right. And then clarify that madness is the Magician. Of course, Virgo, Gemini energy. Okay. I don't know why Virgos always do this to me. You got this message actually a lot last week, so I'm not going to be surprised if you end up with something similar this week. But I get the impression that whatever, it's like every day that goes by, first and foremost, before I get into your reading, it's like every day that goes by, you get a little bit closer to making a final decision, whatever that is. Now, there is something that you want. There's something that you want to go after, but you're not. You're not taking that risk. You're kind of sitting back and just trying to manifest it to come to you. You have almost a sense of arrogance about you with this, which, I would say be careful, because we all have free will. And just because someone loves you or someone, cares deeply for you doesn't mean that they will come back to you if you're at a distance from each other. Now, I will say this. You are in desire of a new beginning of something. You are in a space of desiring communication, honest and open communication, that hopefully you expecting will lead to a new beginning. But both of those cards are in reverse, and what I'm picking up on is they are both in reverse because they're both in conjunct with each other. So you can't have this new beginning because you won't speak your truth. You won't speak your truth because you don't know if you really want this new beginning, or I'm hearing if you even deserve this new beginning. So I don't know what that's about. Take it as it resonates. But you've got the King of Cups over here, the Strength in reverse. And what that tells me is and this is your energy. And clearly, this is your energy. What it's telling me is that you're holding on to some type of emotions. You're holding on to some type of love or feelings that you have for a situation or a person, maybe even. But the longer you hold on to this and you don't speak on it and you just kind of walk around with it, kind of sitting in your heart, you're manifesting in one way, but you're not manifesting what you want. So let's say, for instance, this is a love situation, right? You have a lot of love for somebody, but you're not speaking it. You're not showing it. You're not nurturing it. You're not cultivating it. And because you're not doing those things, holding these emotions inside is actually breaking to a point where the universe will compel you, I won't say force, compel you to actually go after this person that you want. Because as you are sitting here holding all of these emotions for this person, in a way you're trying to subliminally manifest that this person shows back up and that they start this. So you want them to come and talk to you. You want them to start a new beginning with you. You want them to speak honestly and openly to you, but you're not given to say, hey, this is what I want. And so the universe is saying this is not going to go any other way. The manifestation that you seek has to be started by you. You have